Title: Whispers in the Shadows. I never thought my job at the small-town police station would become a descent into madness. It started innocently enough, just another night shift on the desk, answering phone calls and keeping an eye on the monitors. The town had its share of petty crimes, but nothing too serious until that fateful night. As the clock struck midnight, a sudden chill swept through the station and the dim fluorescent lights flickered. I dismissed it as a faulty wiring issue, but the unease lingered. The phone rang, shattering the silence in the otherwise empty building. I picked it up, expecting a routine call, but all I heard were muffled whispers like voices carried by the wind. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end. Ignoring the uneasy feeling, I glanced at the surveillance monitors. The entire station seemed bathed in an otherworldly glow, and the shadows danced on the walls as if they had a life of their own. The holding cells at the end of the corridor appeared to be darker than usual, and an indistinct figure moved in the shadows. I chalked it up to fatigue and the quirks of an old building, trying to convince myself that my imagination was playing tricks on me. Curiosity overcame my rational thoughts, and I decided to investigate. The creaking floorboards echoed through the empty hall as I approached the cells. The whispers grew louder, unintelligible yet unnerving. The air was thick with an oppressive energy, making it hard to breathe. The figure in the shadows took form, a silhouette with hollow eyes staring directly at me. I stumbled backward, my heart pounding. "Who's there?" I called out, my voice trembling. No response. The figure remained motionless, a silent observer in the spectral dance of shadows. As I fumbled for the keys to unlock the cell, the lights flickered again, plunging the corridor into darkness. A guttural growl echoed through the station, sending shivers down my spine. The whispers intensified, forming a cacophony of eerie voices. I managed to unlock the cell, and the door swung open with a creak. The figure stepped forward, revealing a face distorted by pain and despair. "I need your help," it whispered, the words sending a chill down my spine. I recoiled, my instincts screaming at me to flee, but something compelled me to stay. The figure's voice resonated with a tragic history, a tale of betrayal and unfinished business. As it spoke, the shadows contorted and twisted, morphing into grotesque shapes that danced around the cell. Desperation took hold of me. "Help with what? Who are you?" I was wrongly accused, the figure lamented. "I need you to find the truth, to clear my name." I hesitated, caught between reason and the supernatural. "Why me? You can hear the whispers, can't you?" The figure's eyes bore into mine. "They chose you." The whispers grew louder, forming a chilling symphony that echoed through the station. Against my better judgment, I agreed to help. The figure dissipated into the shadows, leaving me alone in the dimly lit corridor. The oppressive energy lifted, and the lights returned to normal. Over the next few nights, I delved into the archives, uncovering a forgotten case from decades ago. The figure in the shadows was a man named Elias Turner, wrongly accused of a heinous crime he swore he didn't commit. The evidence against him was circumstantial at best, and the real perpetrator had never been found. Driven by a sense of duty, I dedicated myself to unraveling the mystery. The whispers guided me, leading me to witnesses who had long kept silent. Each revelation brought me closer to the truth, but with every step, the supernatural presence in the police station intensified. One night, as I sifted through old files, the air grew heavy with anticipation. The whispers transformed into anguished cries, and the temperature dropped to an unbearable cold. I looked up to see Elias Turner's ghostly figure materialize before me. "They know," he rasped. "You're getting too close. Beware the shadows." Before I could react, the shadows lunged at me, wrapping around me like tendrils of darkness. Panic set in as I struggled to break free. The whispers grew frenzied, echoing the malevolent laughter that reverberated through the station. In the following days, the supernatural presence intensified its assault. Shadows writhed and contorted, forming grotesque faces that mocked me. The temperature plummeted, and a haunting melody played in the air, seeping into my very soul. Sleep became elusive as nightmares invaded my every moment of rest. I confided in my colleagues, but none believed my tale. They dismissed it as stress or an overactive imagination. Desperation set in as I realized I was on my own in this otherworldly battle. As I neared the truth of Elias Turner's case, the malevolent force grew more aggressive. The whispers turned into menacing threats, urging me to abandon my pursuit. Shadows clung to me like a suffocating cloak, and I could feel the weight of unseen eyes watching my every move. In a moment of clarity, I realized the supernatural entity feeding off my fear and determination was not Elias Turner, but something darker, a malevolent force trapped between worlds. It sought to consume my sanity, using Elias as a pawn in its spectral game. Armed with this revelation, I confronted the entity in the heart of the police station. The air crackled with tension as the shadows gathered, taking shape and form. The entity revealed itself, a swirling mass of darkness with piercing crimson eyes. "You cannot defy the inevitable," it hissed, the whispers now a symphony of malice. But I stood my ground, armed with the truth and a determination to break free from the clutches of the supernatural. I summoned every ounce of courage and confronted the entity with the evidence of Elias Turner's innocence. The entity recoiled, its form flickering and contorting. The whispers turned into anguished wails, and the shadows retreated. With a final, desperate scream, the entity dissipated, leaving behind an eerie silence. The police station returned to normal, the oppressive energy lifting. The whispers faded, and the shadows retreated, leaving only the echoes of a supernatural encounter that would haunt me forever. In the aftermath, Elias Turner's ghostly figure appeared one last time, a grateful smile on his face. "Thank you," he whispered before vanishing into the shadows. The town remained oblivious to the supernatural turmoil that had unfolded within the walls of the police station. I returned to my duties, haunted by the memories of that harrowing experience. The whispers had silenced, but the shadows lingered in the corners of my mind, a constant reminder of the thin veil that separates the living from the supernatural. As I locked up the station one last time, I couldn't shake the feeling that the darkness had merely retreated, biding its time until the whispers returned and the shadows danced once more. Hey, horror enthusiasts! If you've been enjoying the bone-chilling tales and heart-pounding stories we've been sharing, do me a solid and hit that subscribe button below. Join our community of thrill seekers who can't get enough of the dark and mysterious. By subscribing, you're ensuring that you never miss out on the next spine-tingling tale. Trust me, you won't want to be in the dark when the next horror story drops. Hit subscribe and let the nightmares begin.